Can you imagine becoming a New York Times bestselling author at the age of 20? Not only that, but also being very open and about talking about difficult subject matters in your book. Well, our guest did exactly that. Leila Mottley joins us right now. She's the author of Nightcrawling. Thank you for waking up early and coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Very excited to talk to you. You are so accomplished at such a young age, and I know you've written several books. This is the first one you had published. It's a New York Times bestseller. Tell me about Nightcrawling.
So Nightcrawling follows Kiara, who is a 17-year-old black girl living in Oakland, when she finds herself involved with a network of police officers who sexually abuse her. And the novel kind of follows the investigation that results in, but really it's about these young black kids trying to survive in a world that makes that really difficult.
And you were born and raised in Oakland.
Yeah.
I know those topics are even hard for adults to discuss, and you took that and put it into a book. Why did you choose such a difficult topic?
I mean, I think that we often get so uncomfortable with things like sexual violence, things like police brutality, and even just seeing black kids as kids. And so it was really important for me that we kind of speak into that silence, because narratives are, they're kind of how we construct our vision of the world and the way that we see each other and ourselves. So a story like this needs to be told in order to be recognized and for all of us to be able to really see each other differently. And
you did it so well, and from a perspective of a young person. From a parent perspective, I think it's absolutely incredible that you are just so enthralled with writing. And what was it like sort of coming, saying to your mom and dad, hey, I'm going to write some novels, and here you are, a New York Times bestselling author?
Yeah, I mean, I think my parents and my whole family kind of have always just watched me write. And they don't really think of it any differently than me doing the dishes. So it's not that big of a deal. But I also think that my parents kind of understand the idea of like young people do a lot of different things and have a lot of different fascinations, and it's important that we look at young people and like see them as whole beings and as people capable of a lot of different things that we might not always think of first.
And I think it's great, especially if there's any young budding authors watching right now, to see your success and that you really took it and ran with it, and just that there is an opportunity to dive into reading and writing, to be creative and just really kind of love that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You are also picked as one of Oprah's book club. What was that like? That's a huge, compliment.
Yeah, shock of a lifetime. I mean, it's such an honor. It's really the holy grail of books. So to have Ms. Winfrey put her stamp of approval on this has been incredible.
I love how you called her Miss Winfrey. That's so cool. I don't know. I've never gotten to Zoom with Oprah, and you have. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so your book is already out in hardcover. The paperback is released this week. Mm-hmm. How do people find it?
You can find it anywhere books are sold. You can also go to my website. I'll be touring for the next few weeks. So,
what are you going to write next?
I have a poetry collection coming out next year, and then my second novel will be out shortly after.
I am so looking forward to it, and congratulations on your success.
Thank
I
you.
love seeing that there is someone young and smart and a female doing these things at such a young age. So I think you're such a good example. Is there any advice you would give to anyone who maybe wants to dive in to write a book? I mean, it took you 2 months, right, to write Nightcrawling?
2.5 months for the first draft, yeah. I mean, get out of your own way. Every story is important and necessary.
Yeah, it can take people years.
Yeah,
years,
and
you're
that's
right.
okay. Mm-hmm.
It is okay, and every story does need to be told. Well, we appreciate it that you are here and part of our Bay Area community. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having
me. Leila Mottley, remember that name and definitely check out her book. It is worth the read for sure.